Hi everyone. I'm going live in my group for Facebook Intuitive Angel Messages. So if you'd like to come and join us, I'll put the links in the description box below. And also, we are going to be channeling today the Pleiadian Collective. Also, I'm going to be channeling my spirit guide, Adrian, with whom I've had several Pleiadian lifetimes with. I think we're sitting at around 750. Last I checked, everything is all obviously in flux. So as far as like linear time is concerned, that's not really the case when we're looking at incarnations or we're looking at spirit. Spirit is omnipresent. So when we look at questions such as, are the aliens with us now? Are starseeds with us? Like, are they here helping us? First of all, I've never met a person that has not been somewhere else before Earth. So I would say everyone is a starseed. That's just my experience after probably I'm sitting at about 2,500 readings. So I've never met someone that is not a starseed. I've never met a soul that has only incarnated on Earth. And as far as, ET energies that are here assisting Earth or here with us, yeah, it's all the time. Anytime you want to talk to any ET origin, you can go ahead and do that if you'd like to. My suggestion is to ask Archangel Michael to move into your home and become your spiritual bouncer first. As you guys know, you've seen it from all my videos, not out of fear, just out, now you have a bouncer. Why wouldn't you do that, right? So he will bounce the energies that aren't there for your highest and best good. So I think that just makes sense. I mean, you're not just going to go through life and not know what you're calling forth, right? So after that, that's it. You're golden, you're good. You don't have to think about things. You don't have to be concerned. All right, so I am going to be channeling the Pleiadian Collective and my spirit guide Adrian, and there's a list of questions. As you see, the title of this video is The Pleiadian Temples on Earth, Rebuilding the Civilization of Light. Awesome. Also, side note, we are just under 2 weeks until the Mediumship for Beginners course begins. Several people have signed up, and I'm really, really excited about it because I have completely revamped the entire course, and I'm really excited to showcase what I've done. Now, if you feel as though you can't participate around the hours that are listed through my website, KristinDaviesMedium.com, that's okay, because you will be able to catch up on the weekends or evenings or whenever you are able within the time zone that you are in. So that's the beautiful thing about that. I love these courses. I love connecting with all of you. It's a wild ride, and it's an exciting, high vibrational experience. And you're learning things that you didn't even know that existed or that would be a benefit to channeling, really, when it's all said and done. All right, let's do this. I have a list of questions, and I'm going to channel the guidance for each question, and then I will look to you all in the comments at the end to see if you have a few questions. And we'll see either my spirit guide Adrian or the Pleiadian Collective will take those questions. Number 1, are the Pleiadians one of the main starseed origins assisting humanity at this time? So before we answer questions, I need to do introductions. My bad. So that's what we're going to do first. Okay, go ahead. Okay, thank you. So the Pleiadian Collective is saying hello, everyone, that it's an honor to be able to connect with each of us in this way. And I'm also getting this commentation that those of us that are asking questions, curious, wanting to know more, here on earth, we are the wise souls. We are the ones who are awakening. And then they're just honoring us. Okay. So that's really, that's nice. Thank you. Ooh, they're saying, believe it or not, we were in your shoes once too. We started out in a similar, like, and in some ways, the same way. So it is an honor to essentially step behind us in expansion to assist each of you. Isn't that cool? That's so cool. I mean, I've heard them say this. I've heard my guardian angel talk about this, but the fact that they're like coming out right and saying it, that's really cool. Okay. They want us to believe in our abilities, believe in our gifts, believe in ourselves. For we are the way showers, we are the light bringers, we are the light workers, is what we call ourselves, right? And it is an honor to be able to assist each of you during this time to help humanity as a whole. And they say, you see, because each and every single one of your lights shining brightly is very easy for all of us to see, and also helps to collectively raise the vibrational frequency here on Earth. You could call this the collective consciousness, should you wish. And they're saying thank you. Okay, then now they're ready for the first question. All right. Are the Pleiadians one of the main starseed origins assisting humanity at this time here on Earth? Yes, yes, yes. They're saying, although there are several others that they would liken being at the similar or same amount of effort or energy being put forth here on Earth. And they're talking about the Pleiadians assisting long ago with the retrieval of their genetic makeup, DNA, in order to launch what we now see within humanity here on Earth. So it's like a piece of themselves is literally here living through us, not only physically, but also energetically. Mm-hmm. So they want to talk about what I've seen with a lot of the readings that I've done over the years. And what I've seen is one of the number one starseed origins within souls or people who come for a reading is Pleiadian, the Pleiadians. I would just see it, including myself. And the next I would see very prevalent is Arcturian. See a lot of Arcturian, and that could be because those are the people that are drawn to me to come for a reading. Could be. That very well could be. I mean, but I don't see some starseed origins very often, such as I've only seen maybe two grays. I've seen some starseed origins that I don't even have a name for. I don't know what they are. I don't know. They just explained to me it's further away from Earth. I've seen physical and non-physical starseed origins. Pleiadians, not something I see often. And some souls choose to be predominantly, say, Pleiadian and then come to Earth, or Pleiadian and then a few other avian species, and then they come to Earth. And some souls will have, 5 or 6 different, so like Arcturian, Andromedan, Pleiadian, Pleiadian, and then they come to Earth. So it's quite a mix. Some will have up to 7 that I've seen, different origins, and some are comfortable and they don't explore as much, and they're sitting around 1 or 2 before coming to Earth. So it's really fascinating. All right, ready? Okay. How is it that the Pleiadians are assisting humanity at this time on Earth? The main way is assisting us with our vibrational frequency by way of our thoughts, feelings, emotions, the energy in which we choose to emit, trying to help shift our vibrational frequency upward. Also clearing, cleansing, transmuting. We have huge waves of what we would call ascension waves, light waves, light codes, washing over the planet. And then we also have different ET origin species, if you want to call, also assisting in this way as well. We also have Starseed family members. So that's typically one of the main questions that people come to me when they come to me for a reading. They want to know who's with them. Sure, you have your guardian angels. Sure, you have your spirit guides. But who else is with you? Who is in your Starseed family? So that would mean ET origins that you've had, say as a Pleiadian, and then those energies that you incarnated with, maybe as a mother or a sister or a father, now they come in the non-physical, and they hang out with you in this lifetime, and they assist you with your incarnation here on Earth. And what are they assisting us with? Predominantly, from what I see, is awakening and ascension. And then the third reason would be like going within, creating stillness, having more of a still mind, more inner peace, focusing in on self-care and self-love. That would be the third reason. Okay. Okay. Any other ways that you're assisting humanity? We are, okay, so what is claircognizance, everybody? It's clear knowing. So we can pick up on insights, information, amazing ideas coming in from your guardian angels, your higher self, but also from your Starseed family members, and also from the Pleiadian collective. And they will help bring in information through our minds, right, to assist us in developing products, vehicles, things on Earth that are assisting Earth in maybe having a healthier planet, not as much pollution, right? There's a young man that has developed a very easy, lower cost equipment, which is now out in the Pacific Ocean, helping to collect the garbage that is floating around in the Pacific Ocean. They started it there, right? So maybe, from what they're showing me is he was downloading this information in order to develop it at a lower cost, and therefore it was presented and used earlier, sooner, to get the planet cleaned up. Can't wait till they stop developing plastics on planet Earth. That will be the next. I'd like that to happen real quick. So I'm putting my side note in on that, my request. Always important to make your request with spirit. Okay. All right. they're helping us become more harmonious. And they're talking about here on Earth, we have a lot of contrast taking place at times. We also have pockets of chaos, but within that friction, one then turns towards the light. Some of us will continue to fuel and give our energy to more chaos and more fragmented thinking, more ungrounded way of being. And that is a choice. That is our own individual choice. And some of us, well, they're actually saying most of us will take the path of least resistance and will move further into the light, meaning more high vibrational thinking, more high vibrational feeling, more high vibrational action steps, thinking about others. How is everyone doing? Giving someone a smile, offering help to someone, knowing people are going through a difficult time, assisting them. So that is largely what is taking place on the planet right now, isn't it? I've seen it myself. You know, I've seen people really go out of their way to help. And, I've seen people helping to pay for other people's groceries. I've seen, so it's a beautiful thing. There's many beautiful things that are transpiring on Earth right now. Always remember that. Anytime you see the heaviness, remember that that will translate into positives on the planet. And there are many if we choose to see it. It's just that our news broadcast doesn't share those things with us. So we don't think about it, we don't see it, right? But you will see it in your day to day. And you will be that way and assist others and help them too. You'll be a part of it. Okay? Because we can't most of us, okay, we can't hang on to the heaviness for too long. We essentially do want things to go back to normal, although they won't be the way that they once were. So things will shift, they will change. And they're talking about in the future on Earth, there are many other shifts and changes to come. And some of them you will deem as or observe as being heavy, low vibrational. But always remember that this contrast is needed in order to usher in more light. Okay. All right. Okay. How are the Pleiadians assisting other starseed origins here on the planet? Okay, so if we are all starseeds and we have originated or we've tried out vessels somewhere else before coming to Earth, which is all I've ever seen. Now, I have asked the angels, I have said, are there souls that have only incarnated on Earth? And they say, yes, they are here on the planet. It's just I haven't met any, and there's not as many of them. So there are other starseed origins that you might notice having a harder time on planet Earth. It's harder for them to ground their energy. It's harder for them to keep their thoughts in a high vibrational direction. There might be more ungrounded thoughts, fragmented thoughts, unnecessary thoughts, going down rabbit holes. That's one thing that I'm going to be talking about and teaching in the mediumship course, a new thing that I'm going to touch base on, which is going down rabbit holes. We love doing that, don't we? When we first awaken on planet Earth, insatiable appetite for learning more and more and more and more, and it's insatiable. Some of it I think is good because we do need to learn, but I'm covering that topic in this upcoming course. Okay. So how is it that the Pleiadians are helping the other starseed origins here on Earth? Because I see many people having a hard time. They're like, help, come pick us up. Any UFOs want to come? Okay. And so I'd just like to see how it is that okay, well, I know they're talking about me doing it. So maybe my laughter, the way I present myself, the way I talk about things, with the Pleiadian background that I have, I am assisting other starseed origins through each of you here on Earth. And there are others stepping forward and doing this as well. Pleiadians are very heart-centered, high vibrational. Many are being labeled as earth angels. Okay. An earth angel is a soul that comes to earth to help lift and raise the vibrational frequency here on earth with humanity, right? Just being helpful and kind and assisting and really sometimes I think self-sacrificing, to be honest. So the Pleiadians are assisting through vessels with those of you who are incarnating here now, who once were incarnating as a Pleiadian. And the Pleiadians are also assisting those of us here on Earth in a non-physical, such as Kristin's channeled words. So me channeling their guidance right now is a way of them assisting us in the non-physical through me channeling, but also channeling individually to each of you. Okay. Whether you consciously are picking up on it or otherwise. So it's all consciously or unconsciously channeling going on the planet. You will know when their presence is near you because it will be a very high vibrational, warm sensation around your body, very loving, very caring, very peaceful. Okay, thank you. Okay. Next question is, why is it seemingly easier for souls that have had starseed incarnations before incarnating? So it's easier for Pleiadian incarnations, so a starseed origin as a Pleiadian. It seems like Pleiadians have it easier on Earth than another starseed origin that maybe has had blue avian lifetimes or Arcturian lifetimes. Okay. So why is it easier for them to incarnate on Earth than the other starseed origins? Frequency, energy. The Pleiadians have learned over time how to collectively lift and raise their vibrational frequency and emit peace, love, being centered, grounded, whereas other starseed origins, other incarnations are more mental based, telepathic communication, very intelligent, but maybe not as heart centered because it's all about up here. When you come to incarnate on Earth, it shows you and it teaches you, it's a reflection. So if you don't care for something or you don't like something, it mirrors it to you for you to course correct or move in a different direction. That or unconsciously, you'll just keep creating the same experiences for yourself and the same thoughts. And if you focus on what you do not like or what is dropping your frequency, you will continue to manifest that outcome for yourself. The wise ones know better. Mm-hmm. So each origin has vastly different ways of being. It's just that the Pleiadians are holding more centered, more grounded energy, more heart-centered way of being. So they come forth onto the planet with more light, more laughter. If things get difficult, if they get knocked down, they will soon get back up. And that's the key. Always get back up. And if you can't or need help to get back up, please call upon us, the Pleiadian Collective, to help you get back up. And now I'm being shown that when you do this, the Pleiadians, okay, this collective of Pleiadian energy is going to encompass you, and there's going to be several that will come and help you. How many will help? Okay. Around 75. So you're looking at 75 Pleiadian energies that will come and assist you. Yes, please. That's a no-brainer. Okay. Are there Pleiadian pockets of light on Earth right now? And if so, where are they? And also the next question I want to ask with that is that in the physical or non-physical? All right. We'll let her answer that. All right. Yes, in many locations. We could call these hot spots of light. Non-physical primarily. The primary physical locations are the light frequency that you carry with you from your incarnations. So if you've had incarnations as a Pleiadian, then of course you're bringing that light frequency with you here on Earth in the physical, such as this dear one. But primarily, there are locations on Earth that are in the non-physical. So one location, and I felt it when I was there, there is Pleiadian energy in Mount Shasta. And I knew it when I went there. As soon as I was there, I was like, this feels good here. Real good. And as you guys all know, Lindsay, she's going to be taking the upcoming course again. And she was just there last summer, and she was posting and describing to everybody on Facebook how amazing it was there. It looked incredible, but I knew it when I went there too. I was like, wow, that and the spring water coming through the taps. I've never experienced that before anywhere. Not even here where I live do we have spring water coming through the taps. Do you know how incredible that is? High vibrational, great tasting spring water. You can just pour it out of the glass. Oh my God. Pour it into the glass, I mean. Okay. So other locations, Sweden. I'm also seeing Norway. There's several locations located across Canada and several locations through the US. And I'm being shown there's more locations through the US than there is in Canada. These are the primary locations. It makes sense because I've always felt like, well, I knew I've had incarnations in Sweden. I knew that I just always felt the Pleiadian energy there in that location, and not just Sweden, but that whole location there. And I always felt like the Pleiadians, um, you know, the souls that have had Pleiadian incarnations incarnated in that area. So it's interesting that that's what's being relayed today, because I always felt that way, and now that's nicely confirmed. Okay. I'm going to come back to our questions in a moment, okay? Are there going to be locations developed on Earth similar to Atlantis in the future, energetically or otherwise? Yes, many. It's going to start on Earth with pockets of light, similar or light, the region with where I live, and other regions where many high vibrational souls will be pulled, gravitated, or guided to relocate to these areas because they are more high vibrational. And so if you do feel like guided to move to a certain location, really pay attention to that guidance because you're being guided for a reason. I remember my angels working, my Nana, she used to give healings and she would channel the angels for you as well. And I always thought, yeah, well, okay, I'll see, this is my unawakened mind. And so she would give me a lot of healings, and then she would channel guidance, just a short paragraph from the angels for me. And she was channeling guidance that she didn't know. She didn't know this stuff. Nobody knew this stuff. I hadn't even talked about out loud outside of myself. But the angels know everything. And so she would write this down on a piece of paper and give it to me, and I was just dumbfounded so many times. But the angels asked her to ask me to come and move and relocate and even stay with her for a few weeks. And I listened and I did that. It's the best thing I ever did. So happy I listened. However, if you don't listen and you say, angels, help me in my life, and then you don't listen to them, you may notice your energy gets a bit drained, right? So they'll slow you down for you to listen to them. Also, you might notice a pinching off of energy coming through your heart chakra and your stomach. So it'll be like a tightness sensation. And it's because you're not listening. So they want us to listen to them. Please listen and follow our lead, follow our guidance. There's us doing it our way, and then there's the angels trying to guide us down a path that is much easier. Thank God I listened to them. And right in the very end, they couldn't quite get me into the city or the town where I was to the city where they wanted me. And I basically didn't sleep for 2 nights because I got this tightness in my chest, and I knew they were doing it because I wasn't listening. So I said, well, what am I supposed to do? And then again, they put my Nana in my mind. I saw my Nana. So I called her and she's like, oh yeah, so and so has a room for rent. And it was just that easy. So I was so happy, and still uncertain, still not sure. But on the flip side, on the other side, whew, am I ever glad I listened. Okay, so we're going to have pockets of light that are going to start forming with each of us in certain locations on the planet, which are going to be, they always want to say this word, paradical, or like paradise. So paradise is going to be more uplifted and high vibrational in these locations, and there are going to be certain light workers or those of us who are ready to listen and then take action and then move into those locations. Very good. And then what will happen, like, 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, 500 years, if we believed in linear time, which is what we've developed here on Earth with calendars and clocks? What will happen in the hundreds of years into the future? Those locations building in light, developing further. They're showing me us growing our own fruits and vegetables as best as we can in these locations. I see them being much more lush with more plants, more trees, more free flowing water. I'm seeing like creeks that used to be there, and maybe they were developed or built over by roads, and we go ahead and we uncover them again and have more free flowing water, more living off the land, being in tune, being at one with the land. Perfect. But there are going to be other locations that are more low vibrational, more chaotic. And this is where those individuals who choose that path will have that more of that experience on Earth for a time. But ultimately, in the end, the light will win out if you want to. It already has. But as far as the locations, all being high vibrational, that will take some time. But ultimately, that's the goal and the direction in which spirit is taking the earth, into a direction of a lush paradise. They've showed that to me many, many times. Okay, thank you. All right. All right. Okay. Um, Here's the last question that I wanted to ask, which is, what is the role that Jesus is offering to assist the Pleiadians here on Earth? And I know that Jesus has had Pleiadian lifetimes. It's not that I just listened to Jesus tell me he's had Pleiadian lifetimes. Once you start to channel and you've had as many readings as I have, you can pick up on a person's starseed origins. It's just the energy that they emit, including Jesus. Just because Jesus is in the non-physical, his soul, I can pick up on Pleiadian energy with his energy. And so I'm sure he's had other incarnations in other vessels other than Earth or Pleiadian, but I do pick up on Pleiadian, and I do pick up on Earth with him, of course. And so I'm just wondering what role he plays with the Pleiadians in assisting humanity. We work as a team. I can hear Jesus saying that. We work as a team effort assisting humanity. Jesus is showing himself really centrally focused on Earth here a lot, working with other energies uh, like the Pleiadians and other energies in order to help us. He wants to kind of correct that a little bit and saying, in order to help us help ourselves and help us. So for the more unconscious or unawake individuals, there's more helping them. But for those who are awakening on Earth, he is helping us help ourselves. And it's even a team effort with us, he says, here in the physical. It's all about ushering in more light, lifting and raising the vibrational frequency here on Earth, and transmuting that which is no longer needed within us and also outside of us here on the planet. Thank you. Thank you. That's wonderful. Yeah, they know each other well. They're smiling at each other. I can see that. The Pleiadians smiling and at Jesus, and Jesus smiling at them. And I can feel it too, like this warm, happy energy behind me. All right, let's go with questions. Actually, before we go to questions, I just want to see what Adrian would like to say, my spirit guide. Adrian? Yes, Kristin. I am here. Do you think that we'll be able to build as much light here on Earth as we have in the Pleiades? Yes, without question. Yes, we will do it. And he's talking about my soul continuing to incarnate here to assist in this process. And my spirit guide soul, Adrian, he's going to come forth and incarnate again on Earth as well. And I've asked him, when are we going to incarnate together again? And he said, in approximately 10 more lifetimes down the way here on Earth, maybe 11, depending on what we need. And I said, well, what are we going to be doing together here on Earth? And he says, we'll be working to be the way showers here on Earth, each of us, but we're going to do it uniquely, differently together. So he'll do it his way, and I'm going to do it my way, but we'll also couple up as a partnership. And then he's also talking about we're also going to help lift it and raise the frequency here by bringing us together. And so we'll be working on our partnership relationship in imbuing more light, but also working as, I guess you call light workers, or assisting others uniquely together as well. He's saying tag teaming as a duo. That's hilarious. All right. Do you want to take these questions, Adrian? It'll be him or the Pleiadian collective. Oh yeah. So here's a question about upbringing our kids here on Earth, and during times of ascension symptoms and upgrading. And do the Pleiadians have any guidance for the children and for the parents? Here's the guidance, which is different than what I thought would come through. Here it is. You're doing the best that you can with what you know in the moment. So there's nothing that they would change or correct. However, they would like to add to what you're already doing for the children and the parents by requesting your request, you vocalizing and asking to have assistance in helping to lift and raise your vibrational frequencies and transmuting that which is no longer needed. Otherwise, they don't see any changes that they would make, because likely it's our free will. It's our free will experience here, right? But they will help us transmute any heaviness, any problems that we're having, and lift our frequency. You know what they're saying? They're saying the children are the ones that teach us how to be happy and joyful, grounded and content, and being in the moment, staying in the moment. If we could be more childlike, that would be wonderful. And, what request would you have for those who have not had a good upbringing, who have not had what, others have had, maybe have not had a good childhood? How do they tap into that feeling? They're asking you, those of you with this past, to call them forth to help you, and the Pleiadian collective will come and help to, it's like an onion. They're going to start helping to transmute the layers, take down the walls slowly, and share their frequency, their light with you, in order for you to feel, in order for you to feel again. This isn't something that will take place quickly. And they're thanking us. All right. Earth is a difficult place to be right now. Yeah, we could say that. The way that I like to see it is, what is transpiring outside of my experience, that's up to those individuals and their vibrational frequency. And what I'm responsible for is my vibrational frequency. And so I'm going to do the best that I can to stay primarily focused on the things that help me stay grounded, stay more high vibrational and more light filled, because I'm no good to no one if I'm going to focus on the heaviness repeatedly over and over again. Plus, it becomes tiring and exhausting. And do you want to go living your whole entire life like that? I think not. Like, I'm not going to. But that's my choice. That's my decision. If somebody wants to, go ahead. If somebody wants to complain, if somebody wants to focus on the heaviness and the drama and the chaos, they can. That's of your own free will choosing. So is it difficult on Earth for me right now? My life is pretty good. It's really good, actually, in a lot of ways. And I like to focus in on the high vibrational experiences and then milk it. So, but other people's frequency is of their own choosing outside of me. And the beautiful thing is when you start to talk with and work with the light that has always been there around you, then you can call that in to help make things easier, better, more enjoyable. Now, that doesn't mean that if you see someone that is needing your help and you feel a pull to go there, you go and help them. You don't just sit there and kumbaya by yourself in your own life experience. If somebody needs something, you go and you help them or offer your help. Oh, yeah. The number one way, that you can help others is first bringing yourself into alignment yourself and then practicing holding there and keeping there. That's the number one way. And then from there, you have that foundation to spread out and help others. There is no way that I could do what I'm doing right now if it wasn't for helping myself first. Kicking the liquor, kicking the habits that weren't good for me, okay? Getting a good night's sleep, being happier and content, more at peace, having more of a quiet mind, meditating, whatever works for me, whatever works for you. Then you can step forward and help others. But just you raising your frequency, you don't have any idea of how that impacts everyone's energy, not only in your local neighborhood, but your city and the planet itself. And I hear that over and over and over again by the angels. So allow others to be as they choose, focus on you. And what will happen over time is the angels and your team will guide you to other high vibrational people to watch in videos like this, to take classes with, to take healing classes with, to learn from, to learn with, to grow with, new friendships, new connections, going and visiting different parts of the country to go maybe to a spiritual gathering. But the light will attract the light. So you want to be more light filled. Does that make sense? Just like if you focus on the chaos and you focus on the drama and you focus on the negativity, guess what more you're going to attract? If you want that, then keep going on that path. I'm too I know I may not look my age, but I'm too old for that shit. I've learned enough in my life that I'm not going to sink in the depths with drama and chaos. Not worth it. Not for my frequency, not for my friend's frequency, not for my family's frequency, because my frequency I know will affect their frequency. So I'm not just doing it for myself, I'm doing it for them too, but primarily for myself. Mm-hmm. Are out of all the starseed origins out there, or starseed bodies, are the Pleiadians the most similar to human vessels? There are other vessels on other planets that are like humans, very similar, very close. There's maybe just a few changes, not much. And even some of them you wouldn't even notice with your physical eye. You would say these are humans, but it comes down to the genetic makeup, within the vessel, but otherwise it's pretty much identical. Pleiadians are taller. They exude more light. They are more high vibrational. And I'm seeing they're a little bit bigger boned. Well, that goes with the height, I suppose. They exude more light from their eyes. They have more light-filled eyes. So that doesn't mean they have laser beams coming out of their eyes, okay? That just means, you guys have seen this, when you go through the store, you meet someone new, and you look someone in the eye, and their eyes are just incredible. Like the color pops, and they just exude more light, more high vibrational frequency, and you can feel it coming off them, and you're like, ooh. Even when you look at a little baby, the little baby is looking at you, and it's exuding light. It's like that. Mhm. Is there a large amount of Pleiadian light frequency located in Sedona, Arizona? There is light frequency permeating through Arizona, but this light frequency is not just Pleiadian energy. Okay. And to me, it feels like a combination. So there's multiples. There's a lot of um, there's a combination of different light frequency through Arizona. It's gonna be like Rivendell. I remember going through the forest and the elves were right there and they were singing, Lord of the Rings, and I was like, oh my God. And we went through that same area the other day, and there they were. They were there in the forest. I remember saying, I wonder if the elves are going to be here again. And then there they were. They weren't as intense, but my God, they came right through my chest and my throat, and they had a real stern talking to me. What do the elves want to talk to me about? Don't focus on others. Stay centrally focused on my own vibrational frequency. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Thank you. Will there be places that people are guided to not go to? Absolutely. Oh my God. I've had that for the past 15 years. I know where I'm not meant to go. You can feel it ahead of time. Whew. On vacation or otherwise. Yes. But they prefer to talk about the places that we are guided to go to. Of course, because let's focus on where we're going to be happy and high vibrational. Yay! How hard is that? How hard is that? It's as hard as we want to make it. Okay. How many lifetimes has Jesus been, or the Christ consciousness been in a physical vessel on Earth? Roughly around 700 times. Yeah. Again, that is just the same thing I've heard him say in other moments. I remember saying to him, I'm like, but you've got this almost the same amount of incarnations that I do. And he said, he said to me, it's not, I can't even say it. He said, it's not about the amount of lifetimes, it's about the preparation before you incarnate. So he prepares greatly before incarnating into a physical form. I thought, okay, clearly one of us maybe needs to do a little more prep time. I laughed so hard. And I said to him, have I ever incarnated in physical form with you? And he said, no, which I knew it wasn't the case. And I said, so, I said to him, so you are just assisting me as I need in the non-physical? when I'm incarnating? He said, yes. I said, why is that? He says, because you don't need me any further than that. So I don't need him. I don't need him any more than that. I need him when I need him in the non-physical to show up and help me when I'm incarnating. I'm like, okay. Hmm. Oh, you will know if you've had Pleiadian lifetimes. You won't even question it. If you're drawn to my energy, you probably have had Pleiadian lifetimes. If you enjoy, here's the thing with me. I enjoy being in alignment. When I'm out of alignment and I'm focusing on something I shouldn't, or something's happening in my life that drops my frequency, the first thing I'm thinking about is how to get my frequency back into alignment, because I enjoy feeling good. I enjoy being happy. I thrive on that. And I work best like that. And I can help others best like that. I like to kind of chuckle and goof off a little bit, but I also like to be serious. So if you have that side of yourself, that might be an indicator of your Pleiadian lifetimes. Yeah, you get that warmth and that love from them. Hmm. So each one of you that is asking, have I had Pleiadian lifetimes? You're going to ask that question, and you're going to see if you get a tightness in your body and a pullback, and you're going to know, okay, no, I haven't. Um, if you feel warm and you feel very gravitated to their energy, and your chest is nice and relaxed and you're feeling really good, that is a big yes. Mhm. Like when I see the Pleiadian planets, and I've been there through a QHHT session, and also it's just that's my home. That to me is home. Uh, and when I go to Hawaii, it reminds me of the Pleiadians and the Pleiadian energy. Well, that's free will. Some people, they're more focused in on their cause and their reason why, and they believe in something, and I'm trying to help humanity by believing in what I believe in, and I'm okay with bucking the current. I'm okay with going against the stream. I'm okay with my belief system, and I'm going to fight. And guess what? Some souls do sign up for that. They do sign up for the battle. They do sign up for bucking up against the current. That is a part of why they're here. That is a part of their life purpose. If I feel like there's something I'm meant to stand up for and say something about, or take different action steps towards, then I'm going to do it too. But overall, I'm not in that state all the time draining my battery. And if you have noticed, if you post things on Facebook about this, that, and the other, and proving your point, you're going to notice people kind of like back away. They're not going to be around as much. You want unity and bringing together. You don't want your point of view and my point of view and separation. Because if you come from that perspective, you will separate others from you. And you will separate you from them, which is okay if that's what you want. It's your free will choosing. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Perfect. You got the answer right through your body. You felt that warmth and heart expansion. All right, last few words, Adrian. You want to take them? You want to take them all together? He's really pointing to the Pleiadian collective. Okay. All right. Here on Earth, you can make it your individual, and therefore expanding out from yourself, affecting the collective paradise. Or you can make it more uncomfortable more low vibrational. It is of your free will choosing, dear ones. Make it a good experience. Make it heart-centered, loving, fulfilling. For that is why your soul set forth to come here on earth. Kristin is correct. There are those who have chosen to incarnate on earth in order to buck the current and make the necessary changes. However, remember that our frequency is here to assist you. The guardian angels, the spirit guides, the ascended masters, the ET energies, the high vibrational ones, okay, are also here assisting each of you and assisting the planet herself. It takes too much energy to sync not only your frequency, but those frequencies of those around you. Make it a good experience as your soul chose to come forth onto earth to enjoy this experience rather than to buck against the current the entire duration of your lifetime. Enjoy this experience upon the earth's back with your loved ones. If you feel guided to help another, please do so. Thank you, dear ones. Love you guys. I'll see you Monday, and we're going to be talking about what do you do? How do you deal with life when it gets real hard? Can't wait to talk about this. Going to be a little bit more blunt with that conversation. Ooh. All right. See you Monday.